No rest for the reactors this week, folks. We have fresh off of yesterday's Bad Batch trailer, we now have the Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender official trailer. We are just under about a month away from the release of this series. I think the reception to the initial teaser that they released, albeit very, it was brief, it didn't reveal too much, but I think it was very highly praised and maybe swayed some of us skeptics who are still a little bit like, need this show to be done justice, But yes, I think the first look was very positively received. Visually looked phenomenal. I couldn't name a single complaint about casting or, the visual effects, APA, the landscapes, the maps, the locations, everything, all of the CGI and visual effects. I had no complaints there. I think everything looked phenomenal. So going into this official trailer here, it's about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I think the biggest thing that might differ and that might, I don't know, I'll be curious to see the reception once I'm done watching it, but for that initial teaser, it was just voiceover, seemingly. I think it was Roku perhaps narrating it, and we only saw clips of each character, each actor, but we didn't hear anybody speaking necessarily, and that's always one thing can just be hard to shake when you cross over from animation into live action. The voice actors, that's what we have. Our perception of the characters is so much formed, by them and their talent and what they brought to their performance simply just from VO. So that is one thing I will be curious to see, if we actually get some more scenes or snippets of scenes rather, and hear these actors now speak, see their mannerisms, see what they are bringing to the character. Of course, it's their characters now as well, so I don't want this at all to sound like I'm doubting their performances prematurely or anything like that. I was really excited after that initial tease. It was really perfect, and I think they really nailed it as a first impression to kind of quell a lot of just, curiosity and perhaps, skepticism that many Avatar fans have had about the live action series. So without further ado, I'm gonna just jump right into it. Let's see what happens.
The Fire Nation is embarked on a dark path, and the world might never recover. The world needs the Avatar.
Oh, if we're gonna see that at the Air Temple, holy flip!
It needs you, Bane.
Okay, that was electric, I will not lie. Holy flip.
The Fire Nation has destroyed everything in their path. If the world is gonna have any chance, it's gonna need aim.
Right. He was the savior of the world.
He is very Sokka, oh my gosh.
Chase down every hint of the Avatar. It's my destiny.
Zuko's got the rage. Ozai looks so good, oh my god.
I don't want the responsibility.
You don't have to do this alone. You have me, Tara, and a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
Okay, let's go.
Remember what it is we're really fighting for. The ones we love.
I'm the Avatar, and I'm gonna save the world. With my friends.
Boomy! The Avatar stage! Let's go! Oh, flip! Ooh! Flip. Dang. Alright, okay, alright. I mean, oof. Regardless of what they could have shown friggin' anything in there, and I still would have had chills because the music, the original soundtrack, thank God they're seemingly staying loyal to that, keeping that, because how could you not? It's truly perfect. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's perfection. So regardless, they could have shown flipping anything, and just that music, gave me, I had chills the whole time. So way too electric for just a Nickelodeon kids show. Like, they were just on another level. Alright, so this was the first time time hearing, you know, the actors now speaking as the characters, and I do think they all definitely capture the vibe and are going to bring something new to their performances. I have no qualms or skepticism about that at all. I'm excited to see, you know, what they bring, especially because they are cast age appropriately. That's just another huge relief, and I do think they all embody something about the animated characters, the animated renditions. So, and so far this feels really, really faithful to them. So I hope that sticks, you know, when we see it. We saw a lot more here. This actually showed like a lot more than I thought it was going to. Very combat heavy, which I think is important because that is one element of animation that is just done, you know, animation is so, you can execute things so gracefully, free flowing, you know, like very just fluid. The combat and, you know, the action and the bending specifically in the original series is something that I am curious to see how that will translate, and they certainly did not shy away from featuring that a little bit more in this trailer here. So that's a good sign that they're not afraid to show off like what the bending looks like, and it looks pretty good. Like, we've only seen little snippets of it, but I'm excited to see it on the larger scale. I'm actually getting very excited. I think one of the strongest, this clip here, this shooting out of his sphere, that looks sweet. Like that coming in hot, that looks epic. That looks electric. And again, it's things like that it's like, how is that going to translate visually into live action? But that took my breath away. Like, that is so good. That was so good. So I've definitely been guilty of, you know, not prematurely criticizing this show, but just acknowledging the major weight on their shoulders, the whole production, the challenge of, you know, having to cater to an audience who is expecting this to be on the level of the original animated series, which is just absolute perfection in every way, shape, and form. And so I've definitely been guilty of, you know, begging the question, you know, this has to show me that a live action rendition of Avatar is warranted, but I'm very hopeful still that it is going to be. I want this show to do so well. Like, I want this series to succeed, especially at the rate that shows, you know, get canceled nowadays. It would be a shame if this series overall didn't get to, you know, see it through, you know, come to fruition, capture the full story, bring it to life in live action. That would be like the worst case scenario. So I am not saying at all that I have doubts about this show. I really want the show to do well. I want to like this show so badly, and I do. I like everything that I have seen. There's nothing that I have seen so far that has like struck fear in me by any means. So I am excited. I think visually everything looks phenomenal. I'm excited because there was recent updates that they are going to show some things, some plot lines that weren't featured in the original series, that not that they're deviating, but they're just adding some new things, which will be fun. And so to see some new, you know, new additions to that, seen through a new lens, new perspective, these actors, this cast, their take on it, I think the cast is really stellar, really, really strong, and I'm excited from the snippets that we have seen here, especially because it seems that they still have maintained the childlike qualities of, you know, Aang, Sokka, and Katara. You know, they are still all so young and they have the weight of the world on their shoulders, and they stuck to that youth and that innocence and just that naive nature that makes the show so special, while balancing it with some of the most like dramatic, dark themes, you know, and just the stakes of like the fate of the world is on this 12-year-old's shoulders. So I'm really just relieved and glad to see that youth, that essence and that energy of the group is still there, is still preserved here. It is such a powerful story, and so I'm sure that there's a lot that you can do with it and approach it from a new lens, new perspective, while still honoring and being seemingly, in this case, as faithful as possible. There were like shot for shot some moments in this with clips that are reminiscent specifically to like actual frames from the animated series. So, and nothing looked disappointing, frankly. Like, again, this shot is just, I need to just play it again. It's just electric. Like, that's so good. I will definitely be sharing my reactions to this show. Let me know what you guys think of this newer teaser here, trailer, full-fledged trailer. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, guys.